What is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23. If you like Madden rebuilds, career simulations, and experiments, then you came to the right place. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, make some suggestions down in the comments of what other types of videos you want to see, one type of rebuild, career simulation, or Madden experiment. I'll definitely look at it and try to make it happen. Today we're going to be doing the Oakland Raiders 5-year rebuild. I'm probably going to end up moving on from Derek Carr pretty quick. I don't know if he's a long-term answer. I don't think that he is. I don't even know if Josh McDaniels is a good head coach. Typically, he's pretty good at offensive coordinator for the Patriots, but head coaching's not really his forte. So I'm going to be looking for a new quarterback ASAP. I'm going to be scouting him heavily. Josh Jacobs looks like he's going to be the long-term answer at running back. Obviously, they just traded for Devontae Adams, no doubt the 100% best receiver in the NFL right now. He's a 99 X factor. Darren Waller's one of the best receiving tight ends in the NFL. He's 88 overall with superstar dev. Hunter Renfrow is one of the best slot receivers in the NFL, 81 overall with star dev. The offensive line is pretty young and really not that good at all. I will give them a little bit of time to develop, but if I can find better players in free agency in the draft, I'll definitely pull the trigger on that. Defensively, I went ahead and I switched this defense to a 4-3, and Madden Simulation 4-3 defense is just better overall at getting sack production. So I moved Max Crosby to defensive end along with Chandler Jones, moved him to defensive end, and then I ended up moving Bilal Nichols and Tillery to defensive tackles so they could fit the 4-3 defensive scheme that we have. I moved Jaylen Brown to outside linebacker, and Denzel Perryman, I think I'm going to trade him away before the season starts and let Divine Diablo get a chance to be starter at middle linebacker. Still only 24 years old. He's going to go into his second season here. I've seen him in other Madden rebuilds that I've done where he's ended up winning Defensive Player of the Year, so I want to try to develop him quickly, and we'll just roll with Jenkins at outside linebacker for this season. We got Moray, got strong safety. Got to figure out something about free safety. Harmon's already 31 years old. We do have a pretty young, solid cornerback core. We got Hobbs 79, Averett is a 74. Yosen is a 78. If the team is doing really badly by the midseason point, I might actually consider trading Derek Carr away to see if we can get a high draft pick or maybe even some other good players. As you can see here, we're starting from week 1 of the regular season. I'm not going to be doing the play now feature anymore that Madden has because it always starts you at week 10, so the rosters are not up to date as much as they can be. And also it gives you the same default draft class at the end of the year every time, and you can't choose any of your scouting or anything. I did upload the realistic draft class that's coming out this year. We got CJ Stroud, Bryce Young, Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, Keely Ringo, all the names that you know. I did already change the offensive and defensive schemes and playbooks. We're running the vertical zone run on offense. We're setting at 78% scheme fit on that. And I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys vertical zone run offense since they have a good balance of passing and running. Defensively, we switched to a base 4-3. We're setting at 84% scheme fit on there. And we're going to go with the 49ers 4-3 defense and try that out. The New York Giants had a lot of interest in Denzel Perryman, the middle linebacker, so I traded him for a 3rd round pick. Here at the midseason point, we're setting at 1-5, last in the division, so things are not going good at all. The Broncos are 7-0, and the Chiefs are 6-1, and the Chargers are 3-4. See what players we have to negotiate with here. We got $60 million in cap space. Definitely want to bring Josh Jacobs back. He wants a 5-year, $54 million deal. He's only 24 years old and he's a 94 overall with star dev. He's coming back. That was easy and simple. Rock Ya-Sin, he's a scheme fit, 26 years old, 79 overall, star dev. Yeah, I definitely want to bring him back. He's not considering shorter deals at the moment. All right, we'll chill out, bro. Duron Harmon, moving on from him, we started 31. Anthony Averett, wait till the end of the season on him. Jaylen Brown, I'm gonna wait till the end of the season on him as well. Foster Moreau, might need him as a backup, but he's gonna want $5 million a year. Nah, I'm good on that. Pretty much all these guys are gonna be a nope. I decided that since we weren't doing well, that we should just go ahead and cut our ties with Derek Carr and try to get what we can while he still has a decent overall. The Jets were very interested in him, and realistically, the Jets are pretty much, I mean, their team is actually pretty good. They just need a legit quarterback that can execute. Maybe he'll do good over there, and we're going to get a 1st and 2nd round pick in return. With that happening, we're going to be rolling with Jarrett Stidham at quarterback. He's a 57 overall with normal dev. He's just going to basically help us tank to try to get a high draft pick. End of the regular season, we finished 6-11, which is last in the division, but actually surprisingly well. That means that we won 5 games in the second half of the season without Derek Carr. The heck. Broncos and Chiefs both went 13-4, and the Chargers went 8-9. Check out the season stats. We had the 18th ranked offense, and they signed Cam Newton. That's what happened. Defensive is number 28th ranked. So yeah, the computer decided to sign Cam Newton in free agency, and then he came in here and threw for 2,900 yards, 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 64% completion with a 90 rating. Josh Jacobs had 815 yards rushing on a 5.9 yards per carry. Dang! He only played in 10 games, so he missed 7 games. Had 7 touchdowns. Zamir White, 300 yards, 3.1 per carry with 2 touchdowns. So yeah, the backups are having really bad yards per carry average. Receiving, Devontae Adams had almost 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Hunter Renfrow, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Waller had 1,000 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Mac Hollins had 900 yards with 6 touchdowns. Defensively, Devon Diablo led the team in tackles, nice, 147. Jayon Brown second most with 130. Max Crosby had 23 TFLs, that's freaking crazy. 15 sacks for Max Crosby, most on the team. Chandler Jones had 6.5. Cleveland Farrell had 5. Bilal Nichols had 4. Jerry Tillery only had 2. Sidney Jones and Rock Ya-Sin had 2 interceptions, and then Diablo, Morig, Brown, Averett, Jenkins, Hobbs, and Teamer Jr. all had 1 interception. I know that we didn't make the playoffs, but I wanted to check out the bracket and look and see if the Jets made it. And yeah, they made it as a number 7 seed, so it looks like Derek Carr helped them out. Checking out the season stats for Derek Carr with the Jets, he threw for 4,100 yards, and obviously at the first 7 games was with us. And he had 29 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, only a 58% completion with a 93 rating. Looks like he did similar to what Zach Wilson was doing already. The Cowboys beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 23-21 to win their 6th Super Bowl, and Micah Parsons won Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott won MVP of the regular season with the Cowboys. Doug Peterson won Coach of the Year with the Jaguars. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year. George Pickens won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Steelers, and Aiden Hutchinson won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Lions. We have $89 million in cap space. I do want to try to bring Rock Ya-Sin back. He still wants a 3-year deal, $17.5 million. 80 overall with star dev, scheme fit. I'm just gonna offer him the same 3-year deal. He's not interested in signing. Alright. I don't want to overpay for people. Harmon's already down to 74 overall, moving on from him. Averett at corner, he wants a 1-year deal. Might be worth it to bring him back for 1 year, since we didn't get Rock Ya-Sin. Alright, just in case we got him on the team, so. Mac Hollins down to 72. Foster Moreau, moving on from him. Jayon Brown already down to normal dev. Gonna move on from him. Keenan Cole, Sidney Jones. Yeah, all these guys are gonna be a no-go. This guy right here, Natane Muti. Left guard, he's still only 24 years old. Yeah, I want to bring him back. He doesn't have a lot of interest, so I'm gonna bump him up to a 3-year deal. He still wants to go to free agency. Freaking figures. Tillery is 26 years old, defensive tackle, is star dev, 72 overall. See if we can upgrade his position in free agency. If not, we can try to bring him back. Cam Newton's definitely not coming back. He's a 59 overall. What the team is looking like before free agency, obviously we need a quarterback. We're good at running back. Wide receiver, we could use 1 more. Offensive line, we could use another, I guess either a guard or a tackle. Tight end, we're good. Defensively, we need another defensive tackle since we lost Tillery. Diablo jumped up to star dev. Heck yeah, that's what I want to see. Need a couple outside linebackers, and we need a free safety. And we need another cornerback. Chandler Jones went down to star dev all the way from X Factor, and he's playing down to 81 overall. He's already 33 years old, so he's gonna start regressing like really quickly. Free agency, I'm getting Tart at defensive tackle. He's 79 overall, scheme fit, 26 years old with normal dev. Darius Williams at cornerback, 78 overall, scheme fit with star dev, 30 years old. David Long, outside linebacker, he's 78 overall, normal or star dev, 26 years old. Rashad Fenton, I moved him. He's a cornerback. I signed him at corner, but I moved him to free safety. He's a scheme fit, 76 overall, 26 years old with normal dev. I tried to get some other free safeties, but nobody wanted to sign, so I had to fill the hole. And then at left guard, I got Connor McGovern. He's a 75 overall, normal dev, 25 years old. Also, I went ahead and got a quarterback. I got Tyler Huntley, just so we have one on the roster. He's a 66 overall, 25 years old with normal dev. He's just going to be a backup, obviously. We're going to draft one. This round of the draft, the Texans had the #1 pick, and they decided to take outside linebacker Will Anderson instead of Bryce Young. I thought for sure they were going to take him. but they didn't. We're setting at number 5, so I'm going to trade for the Panthers, who have the number 2 pick. I'm going to give up my first round pick. That's a number 5's pick, and a second round pick this year and a 7th round next year to get it, and we're going to go ahead and draft Bryce Young. Bryce Young sitting here at the top from Alabama. He's 6 foot, 194 pounds. He's an improviser. He's a true top 5 talent. 21 years old. He has A in like everything. Good acceleration, good agility, good change of direction, great jumping, good speed, good strength with only solid throwing power. He's got hidden dead with 88 throw power, 83 speed. We have another first round pick here, number 29. I'm going to draft Jackson Smith-Njigba, the wide receiver from Ohio State. He's still sitting here at 29. I can't believe it, so I'm definitely going to draft him. He's 6 foot, 197 pounds. He's a slot archetype, and let's see, he has, wait, how old is he? 20 years old? Dang, he's freaking young. Solid in everything, except for he has good jumping and great strength, so maybe he's not as good as I think, but he has A catching traffic, A catching. Wide receivers are supposed to be good at catching, so we're drafting him. Hidden dead with 88 speed, 88 jumping. In the second round, I'm going to draft the left tackle Blake Freeland from BYU. He's 6'6", 305 pounds. He's an agile archetype, 21 years old. Good acceleration, great agility, great change of direction, good jumping, good speed, solid strength. He has the potential to have A in a lot of stuff. He's got hidden dead with 86 strength. Awesome. In the third round, I'm going to draft this center, Jarrett Patterson from Notre Dame. He's 6'4", 307 pounds, agile, scheme fit, 23 years old. He has good agility, good change of direction, good jumping. Normal dead with 85 strength. Another third round pick here. I'm going to take a chance on this cornerback, Blue Kelly from Stanford. He's 6'1", 185 pounds, man-to-man scheme fit, 21 years old. He has solid in everything except for decent change of direction. He's got normal dead with 90 speed. Fourth round, I'm going to draft this safety, RJ Moten from Michigan. He's 5'11", 223 pounds. He's a run support scheme fit, 21 years old. He has solid in most of the stuff, but he has good strength with decent agility. A hit power, A tackle. His zone coverage could be between a B to a D. He's got hidden dead with 88 speed. Nice. Fifth round, I'm going to take a chance on this cornerback, Mekhi Garner from LSU. He's 6'2", 215 pounds. He's a man-to-man scheme fit, 22 years old. Only got him 50% scouted. He has decent acceleration, decent change of direction, good strength with only marginal speed. He has B catching for sure. His zone's going to be between a B and a D. His man is a C for sure. Normal dev, 88 speed. Checking out the draft recap, Bryce Young is a 76 overall. Definitely looks good. He's 21 years old, so he still has a lot of time to develop. 88 throw power. All of his accuracies are in the mid to low 80s. Throw on the runs at 86. He has 83 speed with 86 acceleration. Smith-Njigba, the other first round pick we had, is a 74 overall, 88 speed, so he's a little bit on the slow side, but he's 20 years old, so he has a lot of time to develop, and he has hidden dev. Definitely like to see that. And then Freeland's a 67, Patterson's a 68. The corner drafted in the third round is a 71, so that's not a bad pick. Martin's only a 69, Gardner's a 67. Computer drafted these guys. They don't look like they're like worth anything. I mean, they're just gonna be backups. Then see, number 1 pick Anderson was a 78 overall. Highest in the entire class was Bijan Robinson, 80 overall. That went to the Dolphins. Jalen Carter is a 79 overall. It went number 6 to the Seahawks. And then we saw Will Anderson was a 78. Bryce Young is the highest quarterback in the entire draft, was 76 overall. So the starting lineup looks like for season 2, we got Bryce Young at quarterback, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams at 98 X Factor. We got Hunter Renfrow, he's at 82 with star, and then Smith-Njigba's going to be playing in the slot for us with his hidden dev. Miller is at 87, Parham's at 75. We do have James at center, but he's injured right now for 1 week. And then McGovern, we brought in free agency, he's going to be playing right guard for us. Apparently the best right tackle we have on the team is this rookie with hidden dev, so I guess we'll go ahead and roll with that. Darren Waller's 89 with superstar dev. Defensively, we got Diablo and Long, and then I also moved one of the linebackers that the computer drafted to outside linebacker because he's going to be a better overall than this guy. Left outside linebacker really doesn't get a lot of playing time in this defense anyway. Brought in Fenton and free safeties at 76, and then Martin has hidden dev. He's going to be backing up Morig and Fenton. We brought in Tart at defensive tackle. We got Nichols, Jones, and Crosby back. Crosby's a 96 with X Factor. Then we got Hobbs, Averett, and Williams that we brought in free agency to play cornerback. Here at the midseason point, we're off to a great start. We're sitting at 5-1, second in the division to the 7-0 Chiefs. The Broncos are 4-3, and the Chargers are 1-6. See what players we have to negotiate with here. We got $69 million in cap space. Darius Williams, he wants to come back to the team, but he's already 30 years old. I'm going to wait and see how he does. Same with Averett. Bilal Nichols, he's 26 years old, still has a couple of years that he can progress, so I'm going to go ahead and offer him a deal. He's coming back to the team. We do have a weekly award winner here, so I'm going to go ahead and check that out and see who it is, and it's going to be Bryce Young. 358 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 6 carries for 24 yards. Nice. Wanted to check out the dev traits for the rookies, and Bryce Young has superstar dev, so that's freaking great. The right tackle has star dev, and then Smith and Jigba still hasn't have enough reps yet. Still needs like 23 more reps, so he's almost there. And then let's see if we have anybody revealed on defense. This safety was only one. No, he still hasn't got revealed yet. How many more reps does he need? Probably a lot, yeah. End of the regular season, we finished 10-7, but we did not make the playoffs. The Chiefs went 15-2, the Broncos went 10-7, and the Chargers went 4-13. Check out the season stats. Number 3 ranked offense. Bryce Young had the 3rd most passing yards in the NFL. Awesome. 21st ranked defense. So defense, we got to work on that for sure. Bryce Young threw for 5,100 yards, 37 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 65% completion with a 100 rating as a rookie. Insane. Josh Jacobs actually played all games, 17 of them, and he had 1,200 yards rushing, 4.8 per carry with 9 touchdowns. Zamir White had 11 touchdowns as a backup running back. Darren Waller led the team in catches with 124, and he had 1,300 yards, 8 touchdowns. The rookie Smith and Jigba had 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Hunter Renfrow had 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns. Tons of production from the receivers and tight end. Devon Diablo led the team in tackles with 137. David Long had 101, and Morig had 100. Max Crosby and Chandler Jones both had 15 TFLs. Max Crosby had 12.5 sacks. Chandler Jones had 12. Bilal Nichols had 7, and Tart had 4.5. Nate Hobbs led the team in interceptions with 4. Fenton had 3. Blue Kelly had 2, the rookie cornerback, and then David Long had 1. The Giants beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl 33-21 to win their 5th Super Bowl. Landon Collins won Super Bowl MVP. Trey Lance won MVP of the regular season with the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan won Coach of the Year with the 49ers. Saquon Barkley won Offensive Player of the Year with the Giants. Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Our quarterback Bryce Young won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Raiders, and Trenton Simpson won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Bears. We have $97 million in cap space, and I'm not going to bring any of these guys back. There's only like, what, 5 or 6 guys right here. So we're going to be spending heavily in free agency. Hopefully there's a strong free agency class so we can get us a lot of good players. That's what the team is looking like before free agency. Bryce Young's already got superstar dev, playing up to 86 overall. Smith and Jigba has star dev, 78 overall right now. Could use some improvement on the offensive line, a center for sure, and then we could upgrade the guards. Freeland's already up to 73 with star dev. We'll keep rolling with him at right tackle for now. Darren Waller's up to X Factor with 91 overall. Defensively, we could use an upgrade at defensive tackle, and Chandler Jones, man, he's already down to normal dev. Gonna have to try to figure out what we're gonna do with him. Nate Hobbs is up to superstar dev, awesome. Could use another free safety, like a legit starting free safety. I'm gonna see if I can try to draft one, because this draft class is heavy in safety, so they're supposed to be really good. And then Martin already lost his hidden dev. He's back down to normal dev. We need 2 more cornerbacks, or at least 1, so we're gonna be working on this defense for sure. Crosby's still at 98 with X Factor. See what's going on with Chandler Jones right here. He's 34 years old, dang. How much contract does he have left? This is his last year, 19 million. We might have to just let go of him and move on. But we're gonna keep him for now, since we already have like 100 million in cap space. This is probably the best free agency class I've ever signed in the history of me doing these rebuilds. We got Nick Bosa at defensive end, 99 overall, 26 years old with X Factor. Got him on a 5-year deal. Getting Trayvon Diggs at cornerback. He's a 90 overall, 26 years old with star dev. Got him on a 4-year deal. Elgton Jenkins at left guard. He's 88 overall, star dev, 28 years old on a 2-year deal. Ed Oliver at defensive tackle. He's a superstar scheme fit. 85 overall, 26 years old. Got him on a 4-year deal. And then Jonathan Jones at cornerback, 84 overall star dev, 30 years old on a 1-year deal. And I got Kenneth Murray, he's a middle linebacker, but I'm moving to outside linebacker just to help out the whole defense in general. And we're setting at pick 12 in the draft. There's a free safety that's a true top 5 pick that I want to make sure that I get, and he's still on the board at pick 12. We have pick 18 in this draft, but I'm going to get this pick 12 from the Vikings, and they want my first round pick next year. That's projected to be a number 5 in the first round, so they think we're going to do bad, which I highly doubt. And they want a 4th round pick this year and a 7th round pick next year. So with that pick, first round pick number 12, we're going to draft this free safety, Luke Spears from Penn State. He's 5'9", 197 pounds, zone scheme fit, and you see I have him 100% scouted, and he's a true top 5 talent. He's 22 years old, good acceleration, good agility, good change of direction, great jumping, great speed with decent strength. He only has normal dev, 91 speed, and that sucks. He's a top 5 though, so maybe he'll be like an 80 overall. We have another first round pick here, number 18 still. I'm going to draft this free safety, Dylan Blanchard from Missouri. He's 5'10", 207 pounds. He's a hybrid. As you can see, I'm on my favorites list right here. I have this guy 100% scouted, and he's a true first round talent. So I think that whenever it says just round 1 talent for the true talent here, that means that they're supposed to be a top 10 pick. So that means that they're the top 10 best player in the entire draft. I don't know for sure, but I think that I heard that somewhere. He was projected to be 2nd or 3rd, but anyways, he's 22 years old. He has great agility, good change of direction, good jumping with great speed. He has the fastest 40 in the whole class. He has normal dev as well, go figure, 91 speed. Here in the 2nd round, I'm going to draft this center, Roy Perkins from USC. He is 6'4", 302 pounds. He's an agile scheme fit, projected to go 2nd or 3rd round. Got him 100% scouted. His true talent is 1st or 2nd round. He has a lot of A's and a lot of stuff. He's 22 years old. Good acceleration, elite agility, great change of direction, good jumping, solid speed, good strength. Hidden dev with 88 strength, nice. Here in the 3rd round, I'm going to draft this right guard, Rob Candidate from LSU. He's 6'5", 327 pounds, agile, scheme fit. Only having 55% scouted. He's 22 years old. He has solid everything, good jumping, and great strength. Normal dev with 90 strength. This round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, Damian Clinton from Rutgers. He's 6'1", 234 pounds. He's a pass coverage linebacker. Only got him 50% scouted. He's 22 years old. He has elite acceleration, elite change of direction, solid speed, decent jumping. Normal dev with 80 speed. Checking out the draft recap, it looks like the top 2 safeties that we drafted in the 1st round are actually pretty good. One of them was a 76 overall, the other one's a 75 overall. They both had normal dev, which sucks, but this center, Roy Perkins, we drafted in the 2nd round, 73 overall. He did have hidden dev. He's probably going to be starting for us right away. Check out the rest of the NFL draft class. Number 1 pick was a quarterback, 76 overall, went to the Rams. 75 overall quarterback that went to the Chargers went number 2. Highest in the whole class was a 78 overall running back that went to the Saints. So I just wanted to see if my draft logic was working right. You know, they said like top 5, true top 5 guy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a safety that we drafted in the 1st round, so he's technically a top 5. Even though there's a 6th guy that's a 76. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, the other safety we drafted is a top 10 player. And he was true number 1 or round 1 is what it said. So, and there's a lot of 75s on here though. Here's what the starting lineup looks like for season 3. Bryce Young's a 83 with superstar dev. Josh Jacobs is a 96. Adams is a 98 with X Factor. So we got Waller as an 89 with X Factor, and then Perkins is going to be starting for us at center as a rookie. He's already a 75 overall with hidden dev. Jenkins, we brought in a free agency, is going to be starting for us at left guard. Defensively is where we made the biggest moves at. We got Ed Oliver coming in free agency, Kenneth Murray coming in free agency, Jones, Trayvon Diggs. Nate Hobbs is now our 3rd best cornerback, which is actually a really great scenario for us because he was an 82 overall with superstar dev. I'm going to end up trading Fenton or just releasing him so Spears can start for us at free safety, so he has a chance to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. And we also have David Long here, but he's injured for 1 week, so he'll be starting over here. So our defense got beefed up a lot for sure. I also looked into releasing Chandler Jones since he's not going to be starting for us, but His contract is ridiculous. He's on the last year of his deal. He's gonna get paid $19.4 million, but I looked into what would happen if we release him, and I'll go ahead and show y'all real quick. Let me go back over to it. So if we wanted to release him, we would only free up $500,000 in cap space, and we still have to pay him $18.9 million. So I'm just gonna keep him on the team. If someone gets injured, he can come in for us and contribute, and then just play his contract out. I'm trading Rashad Fenton, the free safety, to the Patriots for a 5th round pick. Here at the midseason point, we're off to a great start. We're 6-1, leading the division. The Chiefs are 4-3, the Chargers are 2-4, and the Broncos are 1-5. See what players we have to negotiate with. We have $31 million in cap space. Hunter Renfro's deal is up. He's 28 years old, 84 overall with star dev. Jonathan Jones, Trayvon Moehrig, Nate Hobbs. Alright, so yeah, we have some pretty decent names in here that we're gonna have to look at. So Hunter Renfro, I think I'm gonna just wait till the end of the year on him. Jonathan Jones, same thing. Moehrig, he wants a 4-year deal for $20 million. 25 years old, star dev, 82 overall. He's coming back, easy peasy. We still got $26 million. So Nate Hobbs, 25 years old, 81 overall, superstar dev. Definitely want to bring him back. He's not showing a ton of interest, so I'm gonna offer him a 5-year deal. He's coming back, perfect. We got $20 million left. Tart, I'm gonna see if I can upgrade his position. Maybe, I don't know. Let's wait till the end of the year. Chandler Jones is definitely gonna be leaving. Divine Diablo, he only wants a 2-year deal for $6 million. That's not bad at all. Definitely want to bring him back. He's coming back. $17 million left. Connor McGovern, we don't need him anymore. I forgot that he was even on the team. Regular season, we finished 12-5, won the division. The Chiefs won 11-6. The Broncos and Chargers both went 9-8. See what happened with the season stats over here. We had the #1 ranked offense. Holy crap, very nice. Defense number 16, so getting better. Bryce Young threw for 5,100 yards, 44 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 69% completion with a 110 rating. He had a freaking great year. Josh Jacobs had a great year too, 1,600 yards, 5.5 per carry with 20 touchdowns. Awesome. Darren Waller had 1,100 yards, receiving 5 touchdowns. Devontae Adams, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Renfro had 1,000 with 9 touchdowns. Smith and Jigba had 1,000 with 9 touchdowns as well. Defensively, Trayvon Moehrig had 96 tackles, the most on the team, and then Kenneth Murray, David Long, and Divine Diablo were up there. Nick Bosa had 22 TFLs. Crosby had 13. Tart had 13. Nick Bosa had 18.5 sacks. Yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. Max Crosby had 17. Ed Oliver had 9.5. Divine Diablo had 2 interceptions. David Long had 2. Trayvon Diggs had 2. Nate Hobbs had 2. Jonathan Jones had 2. And Kenneth Murray had 1. We're playing against the 10-7 New York Jets in the playoff wild card round. I wonder if Derek Carr still plays for him. I'm going to look and see. We got the Bengals against the Chiefs, the Titans against the Patriots, and then the Bills have a #1 bye week. Yeah, Derek Carr still plays for the Jets. He had an okay season, 4,200 yards, 28 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 61% completion with a 94 rating. I mean, that's really not great, to be honest. We did beat the Jets 38-28. Now we're going to play against the 11-6 Bengals, and on the other side we got the Bills against the Titans. We beat the Bengals 28-21. Now we're going to be playing against the 12-5 Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. They beat the Titans 38-22. On the other side, we have the Commanders against the Giants in the NFC Championship game. Playing in Buffalo AFC Championship game, we're down 7-0 in the first. We tied it up 7-all. Second quarter still tied 7-7. We're up 10-7 in the third. Now we're up 17-7. 17-14. We're winning 20-14 in the fourth quarter. 26-14. Now we're up 33-14. We're running away with it at the end of the game. We won 33-21, I think, to go to the Super Bowl. Yep, 33-21. We're going to be playing against the 13-4 New York Giants in the Super Bowl. They started out as a #5 seed. They beat the Falcons 35-32. Then they beat the Seahawks 31-6. Beat the Commanders 33-14. in the NFC Championship game. Playing in the Super Bowl, first quarter is tied 0-0 right now. We finally jump up to a 3-0 lead. Second quarter we're down 7-3. Now we're up 10-7. We're up 17-7. We're up 24-7. We went on a little run there on offense. Now we're up 27-10. In the third we're up 30-17. Fourth quarter we're up 33-17. 36-17. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. We won 39-20 something. 39-25. Super Bowl champs, Las Vegas Raiders.
As they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Bryce Young had a pretty good game in the Super Bowl. 113 rating, 380 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Looks like Tua is the quarterback for the Giants. He had an 87 rating, 326 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Wasn't very much going on in the run game. Devontae Adams had 12 catches for 210 yards and a touchdown. Dang. We beat the Giants in the Super Bowl 39-25 to win the Raiders' 4th Super Bowl. Bryce Young won Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Lynn Wagner won Coach of the Year with the Commanders. Josh Jacobs won Offensive Player of the Year with our Raiders. Heck yeah. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. We have $28 million in cap space. Hunter Renfrow is 29 years old. He's an 84 overall star dev. He has a lot of interest in re-signing, so I'm definitely going to try to bring him back. 3-year deal. He's coming back. We still got $19 million left. Jonathan Jones is 31. He's down to 81 overall scheme fit. Yeah, star dev. He actually has a good amount of interest in re-signing, and he only wants a $5.8 million deal. Go ahead and offer it to him, because we're going to get wiped out on our cap space pretty quick, and he does not sign back with us. Tart, he's 81 overall scheme fit, normal dev. He has a lot of interest in re-signing, so I'm just going to go ahead and offer it to him and see if he'll come back. He's coming back. We got 11 million left. Chandler Jones, he's not going to be on the team anymore. He's done for. I don't think that we need Connor McGovern on the team anymore, so I think that's going to be it. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. Bryce Young jumped up to Superstar X Factor, and he's playing up to a 93 overall. Josh Jacobs jumped up to Superstar after winning Offensive Player of the Year. He's at a 99 overall. Devontae Adams is a 98 X Factor. Smith and Jigba is an 82 with Star. Renfrow is an 85 with Star. Darren Waller is a 92 X Factor. Looks like we still have all of our starters coming back, so we don't have to worry about anything on offense. Defensively, Ed Oliver has Superstar. Crosby's an X Factor. Hobbs got X Factor. What the heck? Bosa's got X Factor, obviously. Diggs has Star Dev. Pretty much don't need anything on offense or defense, which is good because we don't have any money. So, I mean, obviously we could use a new free safety, but we're just going to have to roll with these 2 guys unless I can find one that's decently priced, or maybe get another one in the draft. Decided not to sign anyone in free agency. We don't have any needs. We only got 10 million left, so we might as well save it for next year to try to bring back some of the players that we have. Here in the draft in the 2nd round, we did not have a 1st round pick since we traded it away last year. I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, James Wise from Texas. 6'2", 303 pounds. He's a speed rusher. Got him 100% scouted. He's a true 2nd or 3rd round talent. 22 years old. He has elite acceleration, good agility, great change of direction, good jumping with elite speed and solid strength. Looks like a heck of an athlete. He's got A finesse moves, B hit power. Power moves is only a F. He has A tackle. He's got hidden dev with 79 speed, 86 strength. Here in the 3rd round, I'm going to draft another free safety, Jeff Perkins from UAB. He's 6'2", 207 pounds. He's a zone scheme fit. Only got him 50% scouted. He's 21 years old. He has decent change of direction, decent jumping, good speed. But we know for sure that he has B block shed, B pursuit. He has the potential to have A in a lot of stuff, and his man and zone coverage can be between a B to a D. Normal dev, 89 speed. Pretty much expected that. Looking at the draft recap, second round pick, defensive tackle Wise is a 72 overall. We did see that he has hidden dev, so maybe he'll develop and become the starter at defensive tackle next year to take over for Tart. Perkins is only a 65, Walsh was a 65. Computer drafted these other guys. Conrad is a 68, Davis is a 70, so none of them have hidden dev. I checked them out. Let's look at the entire NFL draft recap. Number 1 pick was a quarterback that went to the Texans that was 75 overall. Highest in the entire draft was this outside linebacker, 84 overall. Went to the Cardinals, number 2 pick. He has 90 speed. Hidden dev, 22 years old, 76 tackle, 90 speed. 89 finesse move, 76 power move, 95 acceleration. Dude looks like a freaking beast. Here's what the starting lineup's looking like for season 4. Bryce Young's at 89, X Factor, Jacobs 97, Adams is at 97, Waller's at 90. Offensive line's looking good, especially on this left side right here. So, I mean, it's pretty much the exact same team that we just won the Super Bowl with. We brought everyone back except for that cornerback that we had. That was our number 2 corner. I forgot his name, but we got Blue Kelly. That's going to be the cornerback in the slot. And then we got Wise, who's going to be developing behind Tart. Forgot that we had Bilal Nichols on the team. It's pretty good depth though. So we're going to run it back and see if we can get 2 Super Bowls in a row. The midseason point, we're 5-1, second in the division to the 6-1 Chiefs. The Chargers are 3-3 and the Broncos are 1-6. See what players we have to negotiate with. We got $56 million in cap space. Colton Miller, AJ Cole, Daniel Carson. All right, let's check out Colton Miller. He wants 3 years, $55 million. 89 overall star dev. I'm gonna offer him that deal and see what happens. He's coming back. We got 39 million left. Elkton Jenkins, definitely want to bring him back. 29 years old, 89 overall star dev. 2 years, 24 mil. He's coming back. I think we're gonna move on from Cole and Carlson to try to save a little bit of money on the kickers. Tart, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. Par him. He wants a 2-year deal for 10 mil. I'll go ahead and offer it to him. He can be a starter on the team for a little bit of a bargain price. No, he wants more years. End of the regular season, we finished 12-5 and won the division. We also got a first round bye week. The Chiefs went 11-6, the Broncos went 6-11, and the Chargers went 4-13. See what happened with the player stats. We had the number 1 ranked offense. Bryce Young had a freaking insane year. 21st on defense is surprising. Bryce Young threw for 5,800 yards, 43 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 71% completion with a 120 rating. This definitely got to be an MVP year. Almost had 6,000 yards passing. Josh Jacobs ran for 1,500 yards, 5.4 per carry with 19 touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 2,000 yards receiving, 108 catches, 24 touchdowns. Holy crap. Freaking insane. Smith and Jigba, 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns. Darren Waller, exactly 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns. Hunter Renfrow, exactly 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Morig led the team in tackles with 108. Murray right behind him with exactly 100. Ed Oliver and Nick Bosa both had 15 TFLs. Nick Bosa led the team in sacks with only 10. Crosby only had 8. Ed Oliver had 6.5. Morig had 3 interceptions. Trayvon Diggs had 2. Kenneth Murray, Blue Kelly, Hobbs, and Martin all had 1 interception. Going to be playing against division rival Kansas City Chiefs in the divisional round. They went 11-6 on the year. They just beat the Patriots 35-28. And then we got the Browns against the Titans. We did beat the Chiefs 28-17. Now we're going to be playing against the 12-5 Cleveland Browns in the AFC Conference Championship game. They started out as a number 2 seed. They beat the Ravens 27-24. And then they beat the Titans 24-16. On the other side, we had the Cowboys against the Giants. Playing an AFC Championship game in Las Vegas, we're down 7-0. Now we tied at 7-7 in the first quarter. Now we're losing 14-7 in the second quarter. Now we're losing 21-7, 28-7. We're getting blown out. Third quarter, it's 28-17. We're trying to come back. 35-17 in the fourth quarter. 35-24, we're losing. Defense can't stop the other team, so we're getting blown out. Well, we ended up trying to come back, but we lost 38-31. The Browns beat the Giants in the Super Bowl 27-14 to win their first ever Super Bowl. Strong safety Brandon Jones won Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow beat out Bryce Young for MVP of the regular season with the Bengals. Mike McCarthy won Coach of the Year with the Cowboys. Devontae Adams won Offensive Player of the Year with his 2,000-yard season. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year with the Bills. We have $25 million in cap space, so I guess I'm going to go ahead and try to bring back A.J. Cole and Daniel Carlson, the kicker and punter. A.J. Cole's coming back to the team. Daniel Carlson. Both these guys have superstar dev as kickers and punters. That's funny. Daniel Carlson wants to go to free agency. Alright. Guess you don't like winning Super Bowls. Moving on from Tart. Parham, I'm going to try to offer him a deal again and see if he accepts the same 2-year deal. Yeah, now he's all about it. Alright. Anybody else that we want to bring back? Zamir White, backup running back. 3 years, $8.5 million. That's not that bad at all. Offer it to him. He's coming back, and I think that's going to be all we're going to do. We don't need anyone else. Here's what the team is looking like before free agency. Bryce Young's a 98 X Factor. Josh Jacobs jumped up to X Factor. We still have the whole entire same team on offense. We don't need anything, so no point in messing around with that. Defensively, Ed Oliver and Crosby have superstar. So Crosby lost his X Factor. Hobbs lost his X Factor. Wise had hidden dev, but now he has normal dev. It's one of the main things that I think is dumb about Madden. Guy has hidden dev as a rookie, and then all of a sudden he just loses it his second year. And then look, Blanchard, the backup safety, jumps up the star dev. How the hell does a backup jump up the star over top of a starter that's been playing the whole season? I don't know. Dumb. Nick Bosa has an upgrade that he can't even use because he's already fully developed. So I guess if he starts regressing, it'll automatically use it. But yeah, we pretty much don't need anything on defense. I could roll with just Wise at defensive tackle. Blue Kelly as the slot corner again. Try to get somebody to upgrade if I can, but we don't really have very much money. Once again, decided not to sign anyone in free agency. We really don't need anybody. We have all starters in every slot, so we're just going to go to the draft. See if we can find somebody in there that's worth getting, or maybe we can trade for someone, but I think that we're pretty much set with the team that we have on offense and defense. Here in the first round of the draft, we have pick number 30, but I'm trading up to the Jets. They have the 6th pick in the first round. I'm giving them my first round pick this year and next year, plus a 3rd round pick this year, and I'm going to go draft this cornerback. That's a true top 5 corner. This is a cornerback. His name's Jared Bibbs from Clemson. He's 6'4", 191 pounds. He's a man-to-man scheme fit. Projected 1st to 2nd rounder, 100% scouted. He's a true top 5 talent. Something tells me he's going to have normal dev, but just have a high overall, because that's typically what happens with these guys that are lower on the draft board, but they're actually a true top 5. 22 years old, he has elite acceleration, elite agility, elite jumping, good speed. He has B and everything, B and C and everything, so yeah, he's probably going to have normal dev. He's got hidden dev, I'm surprised. 92 speed, 92 jumping, 92 agility, 95 acceleration. Yeah, this dude's freaking crazy. In the 2nd round, I'm going to draft this tight end, John Carr from Notre Dame. He's 6'6", 255 pounds, vertical threat, scheme fit. I only have him 50% or 55% scouted. He's 22 years old. He has great in everything, except for he has good change of direction and good strength. He only has normal dev, 85 speed. The cornerback we drafted in the 1st round, Jared Bibbs, is a 76 overall, and everyone else is pretty much irrelevant. Let's check out this corner real quick. He's 22 years old, hidden dev we saw, 92 speed. He has 76 man coverage with only 70 zone. His catching is a 68, his press is a 75. Looking at the entire NFL draft recap, it looks like the top 5 or 10 picks were pretty much a bunch of misses. I mean, they're all in the low 70s, but if you have a top 5 pick, you want a guy that's damn near 80 overall. Highest in the entire class was 76 overall defensive tackle that went in the 2nd round. 76 tight end that went in the 2nd round. And then our guy we drafted 76, so man, there's a lot of 76 guys that got drafted later. This running back, 76 overall, got drafted in the 4th round to the Bengals. Another Joe Mixon over here. This is the starting lineup for the 5th and final season. We got 4 X factors on the offense. We got the quarterback, the running back, wide receiver, and the tight end. Offensive line's looking nice. Defensively, we only got 1 X factor, Nick Bosa, but we still have Crosby's a 99 with superstar. Oliver's a 90 with superstar. Hobbs is a 86 with superstar. Trayvon Diggs is a 93 with only star dev. This rookie corner is going to be starting for us in the slot for sure. And then Wise is going to be starting for us at defensive tackle. He's probably the weakest point on the team, but should be all right. We got a bunch of other strong players around him, so let's see how this thing goes. Let's get a Super Bowl in this last season. At the midseason point, we're 4-2, leading the division because everyone else is 4-3. So let's go to the end of the season and see if we make the playoffs. Finished 14-3 at the end of the regular season. We won our division, but somehow we did not get a first round bye week with 14 wins, even though last year we got one with 12 wins. The Chiefs went 9-8, Broncos went 8-9, and the Chargers went 7-10. Check out the player stats. We had the number 2 ranked offense. Defensively ranked number 7. Defense is getting better. Bryce Young threw for 4,900 yards, 37 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 70% completion with the 112 rating. Apparently the backup quarterback got a little bit of playing time. Josh Jacobs ran for 1,500 yards, 5.6 per carry with 22 touchdowns. Awesome. Davante Adams only had 68 catches, but he had 1,200 yards, 18.8 yards per catch with 13 touchdowns. Darren Waller had 1,000 yards, 3 touchdowns. Smith and Jigba 900 yards, 7 touchdowns, and then Nathan Conrad had 895 yards with 6 touchdowns. Hunter Renfrow, was like, what the heck happened to him? He only had 6 catches for 56 yards. Was he hurt? He only played in 2 games. What the heck? Defensively, Divine Diablo led the team in tackles with 134. Ed Oliver had 13 TFLs. Nick Bosa had 20 sacks. That's what I'd like to see. He needs to be putting up at least 20 every year because he's out here at the 99 overall, making like $35 million a year. Max Crosby 17.5. James Wise, holy crap, he had 11 sacks as a defensive tackle with normal depth. Ed Oliver had 7.5. David Long, the outside linebacker, had 5 interceptions. Moray had 4. Murray had 2. Diablo had 2. Blue Kelly had 2. Hobbs had 1. Diggs had 1. And Blanchard had 1. Wanted to see if the dev trait for that corner was revealed, and yeah, he only has star dev, but that's right, still a 79 overall. Gonna be playing against the 9-8 New York Jets in the wild card round. We also had the Titans against the Chiefs, the Bills against the Bengals, and then the Ravens had a first round bye week. We ended up losing to the Jets 51-45 in a crazy game. Bryce Young had a 106 rating with 4 touchdowns, 370 yards. Apparently Daniel Jones is the quarterback for the Jets with a 93 rating. 347 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Breece Hall had the most rushing yards. Josh Jacobs had 19 carries, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. Nathan Conrad had 10 catches for 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. Davante Adams 9 catches, 136 yards, 1 touchdown. So apparently Hunter Renfrow broke his leg, and that's the reason why he missed all the games, and he still has 14 more weeks of injury even though the season is over. That probably hurt us a lot, obviously, on offense. He beat the Giants in the Super Bowl 28-20 to win their 3rd Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes won Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen won MVP of the regular season with the Bills. Josh McDaniels won Coach of the Year with the Raiders. Josh Jacobs won Offensive Player of the Year with the Raiders again. Myles Garrett won Defensive Player of the Year with the Browns. This is what the final team looks like. Bryce Young and Josh Jacobs are both 99 X Factors. Davante Adams is a 96 X Factor. Waller is a 90 X Factor. We drafted Smith and Jigba. He's an 86 with star. Still got Hunter Renfrow on the team. We still have a lot of the same players on the team from the original roster, like Jacobs, Adams, Renfrow, Miller, Parham, Waller. The Raiders have a solid foundation. The biggest thing that we did was switch out the quarterback. Derek Carr was starting to regress quickly in Madden. Defensively, we still have a lot of the original guys also with Crosby, Diablo, Morig, Hobbs. Obviously, we brought in Nick Bosa, Ed Oliver, Trayvon Diggs, Murray. We drafted like 13 guys to try to play free safety for us, and I still don't think that we have a for sure thing there. But we ended up winning 1 Super Bowl. I think we did pretty good in the video. We did a quick turnaround rebuild in the first couple of years. That's going to be it for the video. If y'all like what y'all saw, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Make some suggestions down in the comments of other type of rebuilds you want to see. I've tried to do some career simulations, but it usually doesn't get very many views, so I guess I'm just going to stick with rebuilds for now. So make a suggestion what type of rebuild you want to see. Definitely try to make it happen. Appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!